Hey guys, it's Chardelle Moore with 3:40 p.m. and I am with the one and only Christopher Martin. I mean, blessings, you are in VI. How does it feel?
Feels good. It's a great feeling to be here. First time in St. Thomas, so we're looking forward to it.
That's a good look for you. So let's just talk about your career in general. I mean, you've had the support from your family, which is awesome, you know, to pursue your music, to pursue your passion. You became a national star in Jamaica, winning basically like the Jamaican American Idol, which is dope for you. Talk to me about that experience, being an artist.
The experience of being an entertainer, it's wonderful. You know, you're afforded many opportunities. I get to see the world. You know, I get to meet different people, you know, different people from different ethnic backgrounds, you know, different races, different creeds. So it's a wonderful experience, and every day I learn more and more about myself and about music in general. So, you know, being an entertainer, it has its perks as well as, you know, it has its drawbacks. Majority of the time we're tired, you understand? But we love the life, man. I'm about this life.
Now, speaking of the life, what inspires you to be an artist? Because all artists require their sense of artistic expression, and everybody knows me. Like, music to me, it's more than just a sound. It's a rhythm. It's a life. It's, you know, it's creativity. Where do you get your sense of artistic expression?
Well, I think it all came from, you know, growing up. My father used to play different genres of music in the house. So like on a given day, you probably hear reggae. On another day, you hear some oldies or some country and western. You know, and I think that's where I got the love for music, and that's where I realized I could sing from a tender age, just singing along to the music that he played. So my inspiration really comes from the mere fact that, you know, I think my family is like a big blend and a lover of music overall. And you know, I'm just inspired by the mere fact that God gave me this talent, not to keep it to myself, you know. So in essence, it's just me sharing what God gave me with the world.
I love it. And speaking of love, you were born on Valentine's Day, so I think that is very interesting. And I also think that affects your music too, because I see you kind of like an R&B / dancehall artist. You know what I'm saying? Because your music is about the women, but at the same time, you know, there's also a message to it, which is very important, because I'm a type of person, we got to have the intellect. We can't just have, you know, music just for music. We need to have that message behind it. So talk to me, okay, about the love behind the music. We all want to know about that.
Well, as you said before, you know, I was born on Valentine's Day, so, you know, I love to say I'm a lover from birth. So, you know, so majority of my songs, like my core fan base are females, you know. I would love the girl them, so I try to express myself in that way. So if we're not singing about love, we're singing about makeup to break up, or we're singing about love and family relationships, you understand? And at the end of the day, as I said, like 80 to 85% of my fan base are females. Yeah, man. So, you know, I have to take care of my girl them on all points. And it's just, you know, truth and in fact, you know, I love singing love songs. I grew up listening to love songs, whether it be Al Green, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, Stevie Wonder, you name it. You know what I mean? I grew up on songs like that. So, you know, from a tender age, I realized that, you know, singing for the girls is the way to go.
Hey, I love it. Now, since, you know, 80% of your fans are female, is there sometimes a struggle, especially when it comes to the dancehall community, because it's a very competitive game? Do you feel any type of pressures? What are the negative aspects of the dancehall industry? Because you got to keep it real. There's always negative aspects to everything.
Well, for me personally, the positives outweigh the negatives for me.
Ooh.
You understand? So when I say negatives aren't there, but I don't pay any attention to it like that. You understand?
So you're more focused in your own...
On my own path, you know, I'm in my own lane. I'm racing against myself. The only person that can beat me is Christopher Martin.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, man. So at the end of the day, you know, all things being equal, I always put my best foot forward. And you know, as I said before, I love to talk about all the blessings that God has given to me. And for me personally, to watch another person or to see what another person is doing or not doing, you know, I think that would be taken away from what I'm doing. You understand? So at the end of the day, it's just Christopher Martin against Christopher Martin, and we're just trying to better ourselves as each day goes by. So for me, the positives far outweigh the negatives.
Are you hard on yourself? Because you kind of seem like a perfectionist when it comes to your craft.
Yeah, man. I'm a very big critique of my own work. I try to ensure, I always try to see if I can make the next song better than the one before. You understand? So we're always trying to raise the bar, and I would implore anyone to put their hat very, very high. You understand? Let people doubt you. You understand? You know, because you have to have doubt to test how strong your faith is. You understand? So let people say, oh, you put him at high. Oh, him can't reach it. You know, when you do it, you understand? It's like you make believers out of people.
Oh, na 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 na. Yeah. When you're